Hey everyone, welcome to Love and Life's Journey. I'm Chantel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new to my channel and you like Dollar Tree DIYs or DIYs on a budget, be sure to hit that subscribe button because I do a lot of that here on this channel. And don't forget to hit that bell and set your notifications so that YouTube will notify you when I upload new videos. So I know that making felt flowers is nothing new, but I have been seeing a lot of them around in the stores, and so I've been kind of playing with them and have come up with some spring projects that I have done. They're really inexpensive to do and pretty simple too. So I'm going to be showing you how I made my felt flowers and then showing you several projects for spring that I have used them on. So let's get started.
First, I'm going to be showing you how I made this daisy. So I'm using a piece of felt that is 4 inches by 12 inches, and I'm going to fold it in half long ways. Then I'm going to glue down the long edge using my hot glue. Then with a pair of sharp scissors, I am cutting about 3/4 of the way down, starting at the folded edge, and I'm cutting about 1/4 inch apart. Now if I wanted to make a chrysanthemum looking flower, I could just take this and start rolling from one end and roll it all the way and then secure it with some glue, and this looks a little bit more like a chrysanthemum. But since I want to make a daisy, I am going to cut my loops all the way down, and this will open up all of the petals. Next, I'm going to take a piece of yellow felt that is 2 inches by 4 inches. I'm going to fold it again lengthwise and again glue that long edge shut. Then I'm going to take my scissors, just like I did on the white piece, and cut the folded edge all the way down. And then I will roll it up and secure it with a little glue. And this is going to be the center of my daisy. Now I'm going to take that yellow center piece and hot glue it to the end of the white piece, and then I will just roll it up all the way down. Then I'm going to fluff out the white petals, and I have a daisy. For this next flower, I'm going to cut out a circle, and I just used a bowl for a template to cut out my circle from my felt. This will be another rolled flower, and it is going to be a ranunculus. So for this one, I'm going to take my scissors and just start cutting this piece into a spiral. So once I'm done cutting, this is what it will look like. Then I'm going to take the outside end and I'm going to just start rolling this all the way. And if you need to, you can add a little bit of hot glue along the way to help hold it together. But I roll these pretty tight, and so it doesn't need a whole lot, just maybe a little bit once or twice to secure it, and then gluing it at the end. Once I get to the end, I have this little flap, and I left that on purpose because that is going to be what I glue the bottom to, and that will just hold it all together. And if there are any pieces sticking up, I just trim them off. So next I'm going to show you how to make a rose, and it's basically the same as making the ranunculus, except instead of starting with a circle, I'm actually going to start with a square. And so I'm just trimming my piece of felt into a square, and I save the strip that I take off of this because I can use it to make another flower. So I'm going to be cutting this in another spiral, but this time I am doing a scalloped spiral, and I am just freehanding this. It can be a little bit tricky, so you might want to practice with a piece of paper first, but it only takes a few times and then you get the hang of it, and they don't have to be perfect or all the same. In fact, it works better if they're not, and it looks more realistic like a rose. Then I'm going to snip off the little points that are left from cutting the scallops, and this will just make the bottom of the rose flatter. And then I will also cut off the excess felt. So this is what my spiral looks like. And now I'm going to roll it the same way I did the ranunculus, and then I will secure it with glue. Once it's finished, I just trim off any excess that I don't want on there, and as you can see, this one looks a lot more like a rose because the petals are not as uniform as the ranunculus. This next flower looks a little more like a carnation, I guess, and I'm doing the same technique as I did with the rose and the scalloped spiral, except I'm just doing a random wavy cut. So this is what my spiral looks like for this one. Now for this one, every so often, about every 1.5, 2 inches or so, I'm going to put a little hot glue and I'm going to pinch the felt together. And so I'm just making some little creases all the way down my spiral. So this is what the spiral looks like with all of the creases in it, and then I'm going to roll it up just like I did the other flowers. And I found that I did have to add a little bit more hot glue while rolling this one up just because it doesn't lay as flat and nice as the others. This one is a little more work, but I think it's worth it. To make leaves, I just took some green felt and I folded it in half, and then I cut out some leaf shapes. I just freehanded these, and it was really easy to do. And then I took a little bit of hot glue and added that to one end and pinched it together again to make a little crease just at the end, and that gave the leaf a little bit more of a three-dimensional shape. You can just cut out any leaf shape that you want to. So this welcome spring sign is my first project that I made with these flowers, and I'm going to show you how I did it. I am using this sign I picked up at Dollar Tree, and you can use any of their signs. I think I got this one last year, but they have some different types out for Easter and stuff that you could use. I will also be using these galvanized words from the Easter package that they have at Dollar Tree that comes with 3 words. It has the welcome, spring, and the word bunny in it. I will be painting my sign using this Waverly chalk paint in the color Ivory. First, I'm going to remove the hanger that came on this sign. I'm going to be replacing it with jute twine, but I want it to be a little bit longer, and this will just make it easier to paint anyway. Then I will remove the sticker from the back of the sign because I'm actually going to be using the back of this sign as the front of my sign. And I'm just using a sanding block to get off any of the adhesive that is still left on the sign. Next, I'm going to paint my sign with 2 coats of the chalk paint. And I'm also painting the edges as well. As you can see, I've added my jute hanger back on, but then I decided that I wanted to give this a little bit of a distressed look, so I'm just using a dark brown paint. This can be any craft paint or chalk paint, and I'm using a dry brush, and I'm just getting a little bit of paint on the brush, and then I will go over this lightly on the edges and across the top. And you want to get any excess paint off of the brush before you do this. You can always add more paint if you need to. If you do get too much of the brown paint, then you can just go back over it with your white paint. And once that paint is dry, then I am going to start positioning my words and my flowers on my sign. There's really no right or wrong way to do this, just play with it until it looks good to you. And now I will just secure everything down with some hot glue. And here's my finished sign. I love this. It is so pretty, and I love the texture that the felt flowers give it. I mean, you could use silk flowers on this, but I just don't think it would be the same, and so I just really like how this came out. Let me know in the comments if you have made felt flowers before and what kinds of projects you have used them for. For my next project, I'm going to be using this small wall art piece from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to just remove that center piece out of it. It just pops right out. And I just made 9 roses, 3 of 3 different colors, and I am just placing them inside this little box. And they fit in here really snugly, and you don't even really have to glue them in, but you could if you wanted to. And look how cute and easy that is. Again, you could do this with silk flowers, but I think the texture of the felt just makes a huge difference. And then for my last thing, I just wanted to show you how beautiful it is to just add the felt flowers to a basket and decorate that up, especially with Easter coming. This would be just a really cute way to add some fun color to a basket. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I like all 3 of these projects, but I think this Welcome Spring sign is definitely my favorite one. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see more projects done with the felt flowers, and I will see if there's enough interest, then I might do another video with some other projects using the felt flowers. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a blessed day, and don't forget to love life's journey.